and welcome to our Campus News Report, where we bring you the most important stories from sports, weather, economy, and showbiz. Tapos, and here are today's top stories. We begin with a growing controversy in the world of Philippine volleyball. For that report, here's Ruel Umani.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Roel Biumani. Controversy is brewing within Philippine volleyball as issues surrounding the Philippine National Volleyball Federation or PNVF come to light. A whistleblower has raised concern over the legality of documents filed by PNVF in 2021 when applying for recognition from the Federation International de Volleyball (FIVB). The complaint alleges the crucial documents were not properly notarized or approved by the Securities and Exchange Commission. The Philippine Sports Commission and other government bodies are now investigating the claims. Critics argue that these potential issues could undermine the Federation's legitimacy, particularly with major events like the 2025 FIVB Men's World Championship coming to the Philippines. Situations raises concerns about transparency and trust within Philippine volleyball, just as the country prepares to host one of the sport's most prestigious tournaments. We'll continue to follow this developing story. Stay tuned for updates.
From sports to public spending, billions of pesos are now under scrutiny due to corruption in government projects. With more on this, here's Loris Valdez for Loris Economy.
Let me know if I can take it slow. Huwag ka na mahiya. Sige, sigaw mo lang. Di na ko
Dateline Manila. Recent audits and complaints have exposed widespread anomalies in flood control infrastructure across the Philippines, especially in Bulacan and other flood-prone areas. Key allegation involves ghost projects. Project declared complete that don't exist on the ground, substandard work, and bid reject. The contractors being scrutinized first is the Wawaw Builders, named by COA audit and flood control contracts in Bulacan, including projects in Barangay Frances and Santa Lucia. The second one is the SYMS Construction Trading, flood for projects with reported effects, mispayments, and questionable completion. The third one is the St. Timothy Construction Corporation, owned by the Discay family, implicated in several contracts, some allegedly overpriced or not properly executed. Other firms under the spotlight include Legacy Construction Corp., Alpine Omega General Contractor and Development Corp., EGB Construction Corp., Road Edge Trading and Development Services, and QM Builders, among about 15 contractors who cornered roughly 20% of flood control project funding since 2022. Public Works Secretary Vince Tison has filed graft and corruption charges against 20 former DPWH officials and 4 contractors for projects in Bulacan. Named in this case are Henry Alcantara, former district engineer, and Bryce Erickson Hernandez, former assistant district engineer. Sally Santos of SYMS, Mark Allen Arevalo of Wawaw Builders, Ria Roma Angeline Rimano of St. Timothy, and Robert Imperio of IM Construction Corporation. Investigators say these practices have cost the government hundreds of millions. Whether truth, payments for the materials that were never installed, structures that aren't built, or additional variation, ordered lacking proper documentation. The implications are serious. Trust in government procurement is being tested. Funds meant to protect communities from flooding instead are being lost or misused. And citizens suffer, especially during heavy rainfall and disasters, when flood control structure are poor or non-existent. Efforts are now underway to freeze assets of implicated contractors, blacklist them from the future bids, and hold public officials legally accountable. And that's the latest contractor corruption in the Philippines. More updates to follow for more investigation. Thank you.
We now turn to the weather, where a dangerous super typhoon is moving closer to the Philippines. Here's JP Nasete with the forecast from JP Weather.
Good afternoon, everyone. Super Typhoon Ragasa nears Philippines. Pagasa warns of heavy rain and strong winds. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, Pagasa says warning as super typhoon. Ragasa, or we can call it Nando, continues to move closer to northern Luzon. As of Tuesday afternoon, Ragasa was spotted about 520 kilometers west of Basco, Batangas, carrying maximum weight sustained up to 185 kilometers per hour and gusts of 230 kilometers per hour. The typhoon is moving west-northwest at 20 kilometers per hour, and while it may not make direction landfall, it is expected to bring wind spread, heavy rains, and strong winds across land parts of Luzon. The storm is also enhancing the southwest monsoon, or Habagat, which will dump rains over Metro Manila, Central Luzon, and parts of Southern Luzon. Residents are warned against flash floods, storm surge, and landslides in low-lying and mountainous areas. Coastal communities are advised to stay away from the seashore due to potentially dangerous waves. Local governments, units in northern provinces are now alert, with some areas already preparing evacuation centers and suspending classes as a precaution. Authorities urge the public to closely monitor Pag-asa bulletins, secure emergency supplies, and avoid unnecessary travel during severe weather. While Ragasa Center is expected to move further towards southern China, in the coming days its effects on the Philippines will still be felt through intense rain and strong wind until this week.
Finally, we head to the world of showbiz. We're one of the Philippines' biggest stars in making headlines, not for entertainment but for activism. Here's Ishi with the story.
Vice Ganda spread celebrity backing for anti-corruption protests on September 21, Manila, Philippines. In a powerful show of solidarity against government corruption, popular comedian and TV host Vice Ganda took center stage in rallying public support for that massive trillion peso march held at the People Power Monument. The September 21 demonstrations aimed at among officials drew thousands of participants decrying the theft of public funds. Vice Ganda, known for his sharp-witted and unfiltered commentary on social issues, openly declared his participation through social media posts that quickly went viral. In his first message, he urged followers to join the cause, writing, "See you at Luneta Park this Sunday. It's time to end the greed of the thieves in government." His call to action resonated deeply, emphasizing the need to hold corrupt leaders accountable for siphoning billions from essential public services. In a follow-up post, Vice Ganda amplified the message of unity and outrage. Let's stand together and unleash our anger against corruption and the thieving politicians. The entertainer has long been vocal about government favors, particularly criticizing mismanaged flood control projects that have left Filipinos vulnerable during typhoon season. His outspoken stance on how various administrations have stolen from every Filipino has earned